Thank you, Chris. Well, we're excited to announce that Kansas is going to be our national team for the USA in the World University Games in 2015 in Gwangju, South Korea. We went through a pretty strong, long process to find the most appropriate team, and when we went through the criteria, Kansas was a great fit. When you walk the halls here, you realize what a great tradition Kansas has in the basketball world, and we're ecstatic about having them there and having Coach Self and his guys in the Olympic-type Athletes Village will be a special event for them.
I would, on behalf of Chancellor Gray Little and the University of Kansas, thank Dr. Jonas, your staff, the University World Games for this opportunity to represent the United States on a world stage. We're all so proud of our history and our tradition here at the University of Kansas in the world of college basketball, and this just allows us to put that out there on the world stage this year. Thank you.
Well, I think this is an unbelievable opportunity for our university and for our basketball program. And when we were approached, when Fred Quarterbaum was approached initially and then passed the information on to me, I was like going, well, that would be too good to be true if this could become a reality. And certainly it has. And I shared it with the players last night, and they were all excited about the opportunity and the fact to it's from a it's not even from a competitive advantage standpoint, but it's from a standpoint of representing our country in such a highly competitive games against the world, and I don't believe that there's an amateur tournament that we could ever play in that we could get this type of competition, and certainly it'd be great for our program and great for our young kids and great for kids to be seen. You stop and think about not only by every NBA team, but also all the international teams and agents throughout America. I think it can do nothing but open up doors and opportunities for us, and to have an opportunity to stay in Olympic type village with thousands of other competitors in all sports across the world, I think will be an unbelievable learning experience that will stick with our guys for the rest of their life. And so you hear about the great experiences that all these teams have when they get an opportunity to compete for their nation, and certainly this will be one that we will take very seriously. It's not going to be a fluff trip in which we just get a chance to go on a vacation. We're going to go over there and do everything we can to try to represent the United States in a big-time way. So we're all very, very fired up about it.
So we looked at a kind of a matrix of criteria, one of them being a kind of the 5-year record, which KU actually was number one. Also looked at preseason rankings next year. Some people are coming back, how they finished through the RPI last year. And when you went through that kind of the machinery of all those factors, KU was our number one choice, which, I was happy to hear.
Are there things outside of that criteria that, just intangible type things that factor into your decision?
Yeah, good question. There were quite a few more lists of things. I don't know if you'd consider them intangibles, but they were, when you talk about returners and who might return, some of those things are a little bit subjective. But, when you kind of look through everything, it was pretty clear.
How did the decision come about to make it, I guess, one team and not an all-star team?
Yeah, good question. The calendar normally USA Basketball selects an all-star team. The calendar next year is pretty tight for a lot of different things that are going on in the international basketball calendar, and so they decided to kind of work with us and say, let's see if we can find a team that's all together and see how they compete in this international event. It's very strong competition, as Coach Self alluded to. A lot of these teams treat the World University Games as kind of the training grounds for the Olympics or the World Championships. So they'll be sending very, very strong teams.
I don't think you do this because it's a recruiting nugget, but maybe that could be a byproduct of it. I don't know, but certainly there should be television exposure for all our games, and I know that's being worked on right now, and I just don't see anything but positives. I think throughout any program or with any sport on any campus, our goal is to educate and provide opportunities, and you're talking about providing some life-changing and memories of things that you can't not learn and you cannot have by just being on scholarship. This is a pretty cool deal, and we've had other people compete nationally with different type of USA teams and things like that, but not to the level that this would be a total encompass all sports. I think there's 22 or 23 sanctioned sports that will be at this event. So you're talking about gymnastics to track and field to whatever. So to be able to interact and with all the different cultures and all the different athletes should be very exciting for our guys.
Yeah, we'll have at least 550 in the U.S. delegation, subscribing with all the different sports.
KU's had players that haven't been American-born. Are they allowed to participate?
No, like Sviatoslav he'll be playing with his Ukrainian team, and so if you're not American-born, you're not eligible to play for the USA team. Of course, you'll be eligible to play for the team that obviously that you were born and grew up in. We can travel with 12. I mean, we can take 12 players that can be on a roster, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
And so of those 12, you can't rotate them from game to game. It's not like, hey, you'll play this game and you'll play that game. You've got 12 that's on your roster. And depending, and the whole deal is, you want to make kids happy without question and provide them opportunities, but that's not what this is about. This is about going over there and being as competitive as you can be. So we'll do what we need to do. But, our scholarship guys obviously would be available to go. But, if we don't have 12 on scholarship, then why wouldn't we look to bring some experience and maybe an older guy back that may need to be seen and maybe play a role in doing something that would be a lifelong memory for him.